Now we'll be setting up the fire to do Agni Hotra. First by taking a small piece of dried cow's dung and putting some ghee. And now I will continue placing some small bits of cow's dung so that there can be air circulating as the fire builds. At the beginning, I'll start with some ghee. Now we'll begin setting the kund to make the Agni Hotra fire, first by placing a small bit of cow's dung with some melted ghee and another 3 pieces around it on the bottom, each having a small bit of ghee, just a small amount. And then we can continue stacking the dried cow's dung in such a way that air will circulate. So you can choose your pieces, break them to fit. Sort of like a log cabin style, when you would build a log cabin, and leaving a hole in the middle, which is the mouth or the heart of the fire. And every so often you can dot a small amount of ghee. If you're making an indoor fire, just the small piece on the bottom and the 3 around it is enough. If you're making an outdoor fire, you can go as high as the kund and even higher. Some people like to go even higher. And then I take one last piece and add some ghee for a match. This will be the lighting stick. Instead of placing the match inside the kund, I'll light this with the match and put the match aside. So I'll need a fair amount of ghee for that. Before Agni Hotra time, about 5 minutes before, we should have this already set and be lighting the match. It often helps to have 2 matches because it does take a moment to light. If you have thinner pieces of cow's dung, it will light quicker, obviously. These are pretty thick pieces. It will make a nice long burning fire, but also a moment longer to light. I'll shield it since we're outdoors, do some shielding from the wind. It may be necessary sometimes to add just another drop or 2 until the flame gets bigger. I'm melting the ghee on the spoon so that I can distribute small droplets. While that's happening, I'll take some unbroken, unpolished rice and pick out the broken pieces. When you first have your raw rice, it's rice. And after you've chosen only the whole grains and discarded the broken grains, what you have now is akshat. It's a suitable offering for the yajna. And if you're feeling you have a few extra moments, you can count 108 pieces into this small offering dish. Now I'm taking some ghee and melting it to place on top of the akshat. And I'll be mixing this together to make the offering. It would be 2 offerings. So in my mind or in the dish, I can divide 2 offerings for 2 svahas. And as I watch the clock, the seconds tick until it's exactly the right moment of sunrise. And from the heart can make the offering.